Okay, this is Human Comedy Mission number 5, Deep Forest. It's a 620 performance point car. I am using racing hard tires, so I only have to pit one time. I ran 38 laps in this race, so I pitted after lap 19 and got new tires, new racing hards, and the fuel I needed to finish the race plus 2 more laps just in case it ran long. So I ran 19 laps in just over 30 minutes, so I needed another 19 laps, and then I got 2 more laps just to be safe. I changed the way, well, I hadn't run this race in a long time, so I knew I needed to get this mission out on my YouTube channel because I was missing this one. So I tried doing it in the Ford Focus, and I think I could have won in the Focus, but it would have been difficult. So anybody watching this video doesn't want to watch a difficult race. So then I remembered using the Audi Quattro Pikes Peak car, and found my setup for it, and then that's the one I went to, and I can actually run these laps 2 seconds faster than I could in the Focus. So this was an easy win for me. The car handles really well except for one section in the track, and I'm going to let this play out, and then I'm going to go over the lap in detail just to show you how to get through here. So the car, like I said, the car handles really well except for one point, and I'm going to show you where it's after this turn. So you're going to come up this hill and you just get up to 4th gear. I was winding through this turns in 4th gear, but then this was happening. So I'd come around here in 4th gear like I'm doing now. So somewhere in the race I changed how I was running laps. Let me move ahead some laps to get to lap 35 or so. Okay, so we're coming up on lap 34. You're just winding through the gears here. When we get to turn 1, you're going to want to be on the brakes. Shift it down to 2nd to slow the car down. When you're under control, put it in 3rd and accelerate out in 3rd. And up here at the top of this hill, this is the only part of the track where the car doesn't handle well. So I used to run through here in 4th, and turning the car, hitting the brakes, shifting the gears. It doesn't like that. It spins out like you saw. So now I leave it in 4th. I slow down for the first turn. When I get to the 2nd turn, I hit the brakes and shift it into 3rd, and I leave it in 3rd. And when I get to the next turn, I just hit the brakes again to slow down, and try to keep the car straight when you're hitting the brakes just through this section of track. It just doesn't handle well through here. So I'm going to show you how to go through it. Right now we're in 4th gear, headed towards first turn. So hit the brakes down to 3rd, straight car, brakes again, and now you can just go, leave it in 3rd. You want to keep all these turns tight, accelerate as early as you can to make the next turn tight. You want to swing this out as wide as you can with your acceleration. Now here down to 2nd, in tight, 3rd on the way out. Now you're just accelerating again. So we'll go through that one more time in detail. When you come up to the next turn, this tight hairpin, you're going to want to be on the brakes hard and shifting down to 1st as quick as you can. Get your turn in, then 3rd gear for the way out. And you always want to be in gear. When you're exiting the turn, you want to be in the gear before you start hitting the gas. You don't want to be wasting any time waiting for the transmission to shift. So be in 3rd gear, or whatever gear you're going to use, before you're in the gas. So let's do this again. Go down to 2nd, get the car under control, into 3rd, then hit the gas. Come out as fast as you can. And you're in 4th. brakes through the turn, then third gear, brakes, straight car, brakes, and just leave it in third, accelerate through here, then third to fourth, then go on brakes and take this turn tight, and accelerate fast enough to swing you out wide, then down to second, get tight to that fence, third gear, then accelerate, and just wind it up. You can see I'm running 134s and 135s almost every lap. And brakes as hard as you can, down to first as fast as you can. Third gear, wind it out. Kind of swing that out wide without getting a penalty, accelerate as fast as you can. So the great thing about this car is that you can just outmuscle every car in the track. You can just drive right around them. So you don't have to worry too much about what your time is because you're just faster than they are. Alright, I'm going to move on to the car setup. This is a setup for Human Comedy number 5, Deep Forest. I'm using the 87 Audi Sport Quattro S1 Pikes Peak car. It's 4-wheel drive using racing hard tires, so you only have to pit one time. You can see all the suspension settings there, the differential settings down below, and I ran it at 50-50 on the torque between front and rear. I don't know where this setup came from. If this is your setup, please comment below and I'll give you credit. I changed the downforce a little bit from whatever the original setup was. There's the ECU adjustment and the power restrictor setting to keep it below 620 performance points, which is the limit. I'll get to cover the transmission in a minute. These are the parts that I put on it. The brake controller is at -2. I used traction control of 1, but you'll need to set that for whatever you want. And there are no engine tuning, add-ons, or body work done to this one. So the transmission settings are as follows. It's a custom transmission. These settings work out pretty well, so you have no need to change those. And let's see, I told you I use traction control 1, brake controller 2. The only assist I use is ABS. Everything else is off. And that is it. It's a car setup for this mission. Thanks.